Now you're ready to begin laying out the fence line. Your first step will be to run a string line using a roll of string and stakes. Place your first stake about 10 feet before your first post. Tie off your string and stretch it at least 10 feet beyond the last post in that particular fence line and drive another stake. Stretch the string as tight as possible and tie off to the stake. Place intermittent stakes as needed according to distance of run, wind, and elevation changes. The key here is to have a string that will stay put during the fence installation so your fence line will be perfectly straight. Now that you have your string line laid out, you can begin laying out your product. We start with the pipe. Locate your first hole and lay out a post perpendicular to the string line about 1 foot behind that string. Move to your rails and lay out your rails parallel to the string line, beginning about 2 inches from your post. Then lay out another post about 2 inches from your rails and perpendicular to the string line. Continue this process until you have laid out the entire string line or enough product that you feel you can get it done in one day. Once you have your pipe laid out, lay out your connectors. You will need 2 connectors at each post for each rail you are installing. For instance, if you have a 4-rail fence, you will need 8 connectors per post. If you have a 3-rail fence, you will need 6. The exception to this will be any post where you have rails going only one direction from the post, and in this instance you will need 1 connector per rail. Next, lay out your clamps. You will need 1 clamp per rail of fence at each post. If you are building a 4-rail fence, you will need 4 clamps per post. Once you have this done, you can lay out your concrete, and that's 1 80-pound bag of general purpose concrete per post. Now you're going to build your post. On the end of the post furthest from the string, about 2 feet down, place one of your clamps. You will notice on the connectors where the collar attaches to the sleeve there is a cutout. Place 2 connectors together with the cutouts facing each other. You will now slide the 2 connectors onto the post. Just above those connectors, place another clamp and 2 more connectors. And repeat this process until you have all of your connectors and clamps on the post. Move down the line and do the same to all of your posts, or as many as you can do with the clamps that you have.